All right, good afternoon, and of course, Happy New Year. By the way, it has been a year, and of course, you're here yet again for On the Sport Show. This is, our first show this year, and of course, we have much and more lined up for you this particular Saturday in regards to sporting activities across various sporting disciplines. And of course, I have very amazing and interesting discussion that we'll be having with my guest. I have two sets of guests. We'll be talking about Coco. So I know a lot of guys are wondering what is Coco. And of course, I have like a former Coco national player, but now he has transitioned from player to referee, and we'll be having this very interesting discussion about this amazing game that is making inroad into the country. And as we speak right now, there is ongoing Coco World Cup in India, and Team Kenya is already presented there, and we'll be having some insight about this particular game, and of course what you need to know as far as Coco is concerned. And that is some of the most amazing conversation that we'll be having with my guest Frederick Ugola, and we'll be engaging in this a couple of discussion here and there. But don't forget, we are still tracking a very interesting discussion that we'll be having later on about the Kenyatta University Open Tournament, and we'll be talking about matters to do with hockey. And already we have the organizing committee, that is Frederick Mahero, organizing committee, KU, Kenyatta University Open Field Hockey. He'll be here to give us some insight about this open tournament. What is it all about, what it entails, and of course what you need to know as far as hockey is concerned, especially here in the Kenyatta University. And that is the discussion that we'll be having later on. But first thing first, let me introduce my guest, and of course I'll be introducing him in just a while.
And we beat them. We lost.
All right, now it's about time we have that discussion. And of course, to help me unpack this very important discussion for those who are very much curious and eager to know about Coco, we have the right guy to answer all the questions and take us through, this amazing game, what it entails, how does it look, how is it played, the rules, and everything. And of course, to give us even some insight about the national team that is currently on assignment in India. All you need to know, this is the guy, James Ogola. Thank you so much for making time.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity. It's an honor to be the first show in the year. Mwanza mwaka vizuri. Mwanza mwaka vizuri sana. Kumanza hapo. Imagine your first interview is a World Cup interview. Unaona hii mwaka inaenda kwa fine.
Manze nimeionea 18.
Umeionea 18. Amen.
So, anyway, sasa first of all, najua a lot of people wanna wonder like what is Coco, especially ukisema KHOKHO.
Yeah.
What is Coco? Kwanza jina yenyewe kwanza ilitokea wapi? Hata before we talk about the game itself.
Yeah, so first of all, I'm Ogola James Otieno, a former student in Kenyatta University. I captained rollball a couple of years ago. I captained also floorball, and I'm the one actually who brought floorball to Kenyatta University. I'm also a coach, former coach Kenyatta University rollball, and currently coaching rollball in TUM University. So I'm home. If I'm in KUTV, I'm at home. I remember back in the days we had Florence and we had Kina Pinchez, and then I'm happy to come back here years later. I think probably this is like my 10th interview in this studio. Na growth iko mob. So first of all, to Kenyatta University and KUTV at large, congrats man, it's an honor. So now to Coco. It's called Coco. So the game derives its name from the aspect of co. The game works with the rule that when you touch a person to pass, then you say co. And then when you chase your opponent and you touch them. So through the years, it has been metamorphosing to what we have today. So 1936, we had the first ever Coco introduction match in the Olympics. And then now 2020, they were supposed now to do a demonstration with the Olympics, but COVID ni nani? COVID is had other plans. And so COVID during 2020, so 2019, a batch of referees were invited, or a batch of coaches were invited to India to explore the game now, because it was usually Southern Asia. That's where its roots are, and mainly India. But now there are coaches who are invited to India and trained about the game. And from Kenya, we were blessed to have Coach Nyaudo, who was also the former national team roll ball coach. We had Coach Abunde, who's currently the women's team, yenda Meleta World Cup ya roll ball. And then we had Otada, who's currently the coach Coco women. And then we had Coach Simon, who later became the coach of Kitengela and also the national team coach. So these guys were already experienced in sports, and so when they went to India, they brought back the game in 2019 with the hope of starting it at 2020. Then 2020 again, Corona decided to do what it did. So when that happened, we were lucky to be invited virtually to just be mentored through the game. So when Corona stopped being too serious and now counties were open, now we could travel all the way from Githurai to Kitengela to learn the game. We had the first ever club, which was Kitengela, because that's where those coaches are coming from. And then I was able to build the second club, or the first ever senior club, that was called Coco Highway. So everyone who was coming from the highway, we made a club and called it Coco Highway. And then we had Paradiso. Now the guys were coming from Marurui sides. So already we had those three traffics, and that's how Coco had its first baby steps. And in the beginning, we were having mixed genders, because the number was less. So we had ladies and men mixing up and playing, and already we are playing tournaments.
All right.
Yes.
So right now, do we have like a competitive league as far as Coco is concerned? And if not, what's the plan and how far, even in terms of tournaments, how many tournaments that the national team participated, and actually, a very competitive tournament that we're talking about?
Okay, so let me start from grassroots, because Coco's approach is one of the best approaches, and it's grassroots system. Coco, the way Kenyan Coco is run, it's not top tier. Let's look at the national team and you go home. Let's go play, go home. No. We have at the grassroots system. As I told you, by the time we were starting those teams, na Kitengela, we had kids. Yeah. When we started Coco Highway, we had seniors and then built kids. And then when we had Marurui, we had Paradiso, which was a senior team, and then it built kids. So the first three clubs that were here, within 2 months, had kids. So in a club, the senior travels, they travel with their kids. And now that is just to continue that, the continuity of the club. And so currently, as we speak, junior category alone in Nairobi are 30.
All right.
We have Huruma Girls, just to mention a few. We have Shofco, Madare, and Kibra. We have Nairobi Coco, just to mention a few.
All right. And now, because this is it's a new game to many people.
Yeah.
Now because you're a referee, now let's talk about the technicality. Let's talk about the rules. How is this game really played? I remember in the beginning you mentioned about the fall, but take us through, the whole process. Like, how do we play this Coco so that for those who are following this discussion can actually get some insight and know what is going on? Yeah.
So generally there are 4 types of Coco. I'll call the first one traditional Coco, and then the second one I'll call it 7-a-side, which I'll also substitute to ultimate Coco, and then the third one is called circle Coco, and then the fourth one is time fast Coco. But now we'll only focus with these 2 because those are the ones that actually give birth to each other. So the traditional Coco, which has been played for eons and eons, is played by a team of 12 to 18 players. And then it's a rectangular court, 20 by 16, and then poles at the end. Just the way a football pitch would have posts, so we have a pole. And then that pole cuts across, there's a line that cuts across the ground. And then now we have 2 teams, defending team and the attacking team. So let's say you are defending, I'm attacking. So if I'm an attacking team, utaona tumechuchumaa pale kwa block. Form za kutoka kwa block. Tumeinama. Then there's a square. I hope the videos are show. So there's kwa hiyo line ya katikati there's 9 blocks in the traditional one. Then tutachuchumaa hapo timu yetu and then one atakuwa amesimama. Umenipata? So now that is my team. Now your team which is defending, kazi yenu ni kutuhepa.
Sasa nyinyi mmechuchumaa, mimi na wahepa.
Sasa sisi tumechuchumaa and the way we have chuchumad, we are looking at opposite sides. So if I'm looking this side, my next partner is looking on the other side, then ule watatu anaangalia huko, then ule anaangalia huko. So the rule is if I'm facing this side, I cannot cross to this half because ile half ndio nimekaa. So if I'm facing this side, I cannot cross to this other side. Na ule anaangalia huko, I cannot cross to my side. And then now you who's free to run around, I can only chase you in the direction that I first commit. So if I go this side, uko huku na urudi huku, I cannot turn and go get you. So I have to go and give it to a player who's looking at that other side. Apeane hiyo ko ndio tukutafute.
Okay.
So that is at least the technical fun part of it. Now you who's defending, you're defending yourself. So if you can stay for 3 minutes bila kushikwa, those are bonus points. Which are 1. Mimi nikikukimbiza, if I touch you, that is 1 point. If I do a skydive, hiyo tu kama rugby nijitupe and I touch you, those are 2 points. Or if I use the pole, I touch the pole and touch you, those are 2 points. So depending on how technical a team is, simple teams will just play touch because it's safe. Now the fun teams will play dives and pole dives. So now that is the attacking team. Those are now our strategies. Now your team which is defending, every batch you play 3 players. The game is played for 9 minutes. So tukianza, you get your 3 players, you and 2 others. If we touch all of you, then that batch goes out, another 3 enters. Tukiwatoa, another 3 enters. So you guys need to try and avoid us as long as possible, because after every 3 minutes you're getting bonus points. Sisi, every second that is passing, you guys are getting points. So we have to get you out as fast as possible.
Okay.
So that is the basic concept of the game.
All right.
And then now just let me add on. So that is the traditional one. Now the one that was being played on World Cup, now that is called 7-a-side. So now 7-a-side as its name, now we have lesser players, which are 7 players. And then now my team now, the attacking team, is given someone called Wazir.
What?
Wazir. Ama Waziri. But they call it Wazir. Yeah, because it's not English, so Wazir. So the Wazir is given now free chance of running anyhow on the side that they're looking at. Me, if I go like this and you turn, siwezi kukujia. But the other person, who's the Wazir, ukienda hivi na uturn, ataturn na wewe. But if you cross the line and go to the other side, he cannot chase you to that side. So now this 7-a-side, which technically is ultimate, now has that addition of Wazir. So once you put the Wazir, then Wazir has more chance of running around compared to the traditional one. And then secondly, now with the other one, after the 3 batches out, you get 3 batch immediately. Okay. With this one, after the 3 batches out, you're given 30 seconds to reshuffle your team, as these other guys get a chance to maybe switch their tactic or just celebrate as the Kenyans do.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, now that we have got some insight about the technicality bit of it,
yes.
Now let's talk about now the World Cup. Well, now we have Team Kenya there.
Elephant in the room.
The elephant in the room. And they are meeting the big boys, the boys with, let's say, not necessarily deep-rooted, some sort of culture.
Yes.
But it's fair to say those are some of the big teams to beat. I'm talking
True.
about like the host nation, India.
Yes.
And Kenya, we were placed in Pool D.
Pool D, yes.
And of course, we have Pool A, Pool B, then Pool C and Pool D. So
yes.
Pool D, that is where we were alongside England. And in that pool, Kenya was second.
Yes.
And by the rule of the game, the first 2 teams qualify
automatically. Yeah. That is men.
That is the men category.
Yes.
And in this men's category, after that, now we go to the quarters.
Yes.
Well, in the quarters, that is where we,
what happened?
Mambo ilifanyika.
Mambo imechemuka.
Ni mambo ya game.
Yeah.
But now let's talk about this World Cup, the first ever.
Yeah.
And that is a very quite significant history, especially for a team like Kenya.
It is.
Taking part in the first inaugural World Cup.
Yes.
It sends really a strong message, given the fact that even we saw some teams from Africa, the likes of our neighbor Uganda, we have Ghana, and of course another very big name, South Africa, in that
dangerous team.
So talk to me about now the transitioning from Kenya to the world.
So this is actually, let me just call it the fourth call-up. We have had 3 national team call-ups between 2020, 2021 to now this, which finally went at 2024 is when it was called up. So we have had call-ups and we have been training at Samaj and Premier. Those are usually the venues. But now the challenge was logistics, both in the international level and the local level, but mainly international, because they usually planned tournaments and then they had to cancel because of a reason, one or another. And then also 2022 there was the Ultimate, which actually Kenya was supposed to participate in, but they became governmental support and finance became a problem.
All right.
And that's why guys didn't travel. But as much as guys didn't travel, there has been that consistent training of athletes. And then the coaches, this one of the things I would like to salute the coaches is the coaches were able to balance the team. They were able to have the pioneer players and also have the new blood players.
All right.
Because there are a couple of players who we played with 2020, 21, 22. And then we have players who played around 23, 24, 25. We even have a young girl who's 12 years old. And she became the best attacker in the first game of Kenya at 12 years. What are you doing at 12 years?
Chasing dreams.
You're chasing dreams. Now she's chasing Coco. Her name is Zuena or Zuzu. She's 12 years and she was able to play the World Cup. I probably think she's one of the best, top 4 maybe in this World Cup. And now these opportunities that, you know, the game has really opened up. And then it has been also a transition because initially, as I told you, we had the mixed gender Coco. And then now we separated the genders, which also to me helped us a lot. Because now when men used to train with women under one team, women taught us about, you know, when you play, there's a lot of aggression and speed and but then women just use the agility. And you chase and you chase and you haumshiki. She's just playing behind people and a jog too. But sit mezoya sprint dive mtu. But the women are very agile, so they just turn amekutoka just one step hawezi turn. So that one really helped the national team both on the men category, because now we learned that actually you might not have to sprint. You can actually just play it easy. And then now the women are able to now understand how to play aggressive.
All right. Because
now from the men, they're saying, okay, you can actually run and do a dive. But originally, ladies were like, tuwezi dive tutaumia. But when you play 2, 3, 4 games and guys are diving and you're back in 10 seconds, you know, if I do a dive, I get 2 points and you're losing, why not take that dive?
All right.
So I believe that system really helped. So what we're seeing right now is a compounding of a lot of trainings and experiences and familism. Yeah, it's not like just a team that was picked kujeni. These are people who have played together. They have passed through the challenges together, and that's why I believe they performed so.
Now, I want us to take a look at some of these groups. Group A, we have the likes of the host nation, India. We have Nepal there. We have Peru, Brazil, and there is a team called Bhutan that is in group. That is group A. Group B, we have South Africa, we have Ghana, Argentina, then we have Netherlands and Iran. That is in group B. Group C, we have Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, we have South Korea, United States of America, then we have Poland in group C. Group D, we have England, Germany, Malaysia, Australia, then Kenya. Well, Kenya, in the quarterfinals, we are playing against Iran. Iran is Iran were the group leaders in I think they were in pool B. Pool B.
Yes.
And our ladies, we played against South Africa.
Yes.
Well, when you look at now in terms of pooling, we were second, so we were merged with the first one.
The first,
But the teams, the quality and the caliber of the likes of India and of course Iran, what does it say about our standard of the game? This is as we talk about lessons from India,
Yes.
even as we look forward for future tournaments and
Yes.
even World Cups and
Yeah.
engagement.
Yeah.
What are some of the lessons that we carry from India?
First of all, I would just first of all want to celebrate the teams individually. The women's team broke the record in the women's category by destroying, not defeating, destroying Netherlands 119 to 16. That is a feat that hasn't been broken yet. And mark you the game, you get 2 points for diving. And then you get 1 point for staying 3 minutes in the game. So for someone to reach 100, you get the picture. So the ladies played very well. The game that we lost actually was England. The ladies lost against England. And England, what England did is that 90% of the England ladies are actually Indian origin. So it's a cultural kind of concept that they just played. You understand? So I think if you'd have played with the original English, the results would have been different. But because you played with a branch of India, then what happened. But it was still worthwhile.
Okay.
And then now to the men's team, there's that highlight that I sent you, Kenya versus Australia. That is the biggest comeback yet. Because the game is played in 4 turns. So like first and second, then halftime, then second and third. So the first one you'll chase, and then the second one you'll defend. And then the third one again you'll chase, then the fourth one you'll defend. So it's like 2 halves, but now divided into quarters. So now by the time you are playing the second half of the game, or after 2 turns, we were down 22-54. You understand? How our team was able to win that game at 54-58, even the guys are not understanding right now. It has been analyzed. How? Because it had been done. Everyone knew within a turn you must get a point or 2. But these guys maintained you guys for 2 turns without even 1 score. 14 minutes you didn't get a score. And that's what Kenya did. And that's why you saw those guys go crazy in celebration and the Australian guys cry. Because they fanywa. So those 2 things, if you look at it tactically, Kenya is coming for whichever trophies the international Coco will put. This was just a statement for exposure.
All right.
Now when you come to the, let me say the cultural teams of Coco, basically South Asian. To them, it's culture. Just the way when you grew up, we played Bano. Now to them, that is Coco to them. And actually, do you know that Bano is in Olympics? Just a side note. Bano. Bano kwa kizungu inaitwa marbles. Marbles is in Olympics. Marbles has World Cups. But shikilia hapo. Wakenya wanacheza talanta. You look it up later.
Na talanta hiyo.
Hiyo ilikuwa na talanta. Wakenya wote, because it was our cultural sport. So you imagine if you'd have played Bano up to now.
To grow up.
So now that is India. So for you to understand, India has played it because it's a cultural sport. They're not really playing it as a professional sport. It has been turned professional. But to them, it's a cultural sport. Ni kama si chuzile mpira ya juala. And then now you're told now there's World Cup ya mpira ya juala. Na ile mti alafu kambi inaekwa hivi juu. Tutoa watu, alafu mpira inachezwa kwa nyasi ile inafungwangu hivi na kutega. You understand that type of concept? So now India, as much as their cultural sport, we were not able to play them. But from the game they played and from what you're seeing, Kenya is not far off. Probably maybe we need another 2 years of just perfection, but we are not far off. And then also we had an Indian coach who also came and just gave us the pavings on how to go to the next level.
Right.
So I'm very confident about the team. That performance was very remarkable. So now there's a country called South Africa. That was my second support. After Kenya, lazima weke bet bwana malipa wili bwana. Sisi kama Arsenal, we know this feeling. So South Africa has a game in their culture that is almost like Coco. They don't call it coco, but it's about chasing people, diving, tagging, and but not coco.
All right.
So now when they were introduced to coco 16 years ago, then to them they're like, you mean this thing can be professional? Let's continue. And that's why you see South Africa is doing such a remarkable performance. In the men's category, they are the highest. There is no game they played without scoring over 100. Over 4 games. 100. Okay. They are into the semis. We wish them the best. At least ikuje Africa.
All right. And because you're running out of time, this will serve like your parting shot. Well, now we have talked about success, the journey. Now let's talk about the future. In 5 years' time to come, where do you see Coco?
If I don't get blind, then I think let me just answer that question under the projects that we have. So first of all, we have the KUSA project, and we have already introduced Coco to about 8 universities. Kenyatta University, JKUAT, Tarakaniti, Chuka, Seku, and Mamangina, and many others. So by next semester, because now KUSA calendar is ending around July, so when you start the September semester, Coco will be under KUSA. So now Kenya University, so it will be played under the university banners, and that's our one step ahead, because now we'll have more games. Secondly, we usually have tournaments. In a year we have at least 6 tournaments, and this February we are having a series where we'll have juniors and seniors across all genders, and so far we have had a confirmation of 50 teams all around Kenya that are planning to come through. We also have referee clinics and coaches clinics, at least 4 in a year, and these ones enable referees to rehearse and also to level up. Like right now, I can say I'm in level, let's call it D, and then let's say the international referee is in level A. So I have like at least 5 more years to work and get there. So technically, referees and coaches, we are good with the pace. Teams, grassroots touch, also we are positive. Now we are into the universities and we are positive. Now what you're going to look at is actually how we can get partners and sponsors, because you can't play a game without cash flow. The game is one of the most cheapest games actually in the world. As long as you have your body, you can play Coco. You can play it on sand, you can play it on grass, you can play it on turf, you can play it on those mats. Bora tu kona mwili, it doesn't have an equipment that is required. And that is the selling point of Coco. So now what you only need to do is just to get enough sponsorships that can allow us to now start playing across country, and also have a chance to play against outside Kenya. I would like a friendly match in South Africa. I would like a rematch with Uganda, and then also Ghana, because you didn't have a chance to play with them. But all in all, Coco has a very bright future. The way he started in 2020, the coaches Kinanyaude just told us that let us do this, and then 5 years down the line we're already playing World Cup. So the 5 years to come, let us just wait and see.
All right, wait and see. That's the message. Coco to the world. Anyway, wish you all the best. Na wewe kama fan wa Arsenal pia nakutakia kila laheri. Mambo iko sawa mkiwa pale na Ian mkifanya mambo yenu. Anyway, so it has been quite a very interesting discussion about Coco. This is a discussion that we'll endeavor to have in the coming days. We will track and follow the team, its progress, the promises that you have just made here. Tutaona hiyo ligi yenu na university venye kunaenda, and how all these things. And I know like kuna probably watu wanangoja one-two kutoka kwako. Strictly 1 minute. Funga.
Mimi siko. First of all, I'll just if you want anything on Coco, just go to our social medias. Kamera yangu ni upi? Nasikianga kwa ni hii hapa ama ni ile?
Ni huyu unamuona huyu.
Huyu hapa. So go to any social media, just search Kenya Coco. The federation is called Kenya Coco Federation. So search Kenya Coco Federation or Kenya Coco on all platforms. X, Instagram, Facebook, whichever platform you are, or TikTok. Whichever question you have, please share with us there. If you want to come on board, if you want to learn the game, if you're a school, if you're a club and you want us to come and teach you the game, we're teaching it for free. Just communicate through the platforms. We'll get in touch, and then we'll come and teach you how to cook. On the other side, I really urge the government to support. We thank you for you have supported the cocoa till where it has reached, but now we'd like you to support the game more, because we have a challenge of fields where to play, and also the shoes for playing professional cocoa. So I believe if we get those one in charge and we get the teams healthy and sound, we are coming for the gold.
Coming for the gold.
Coming for the gold.
Okay. Napenda venye umekuwa brief. Watu wa Arsenal hata waambi kitu.
To our Arsenal fans, are you sure that I can take 2 hours? Bottom line, to Arsenal fans, have patience. What Arteta is doing, please guys have patience. Just remember where we were 6 years ago. We hadn't seen UEFA level football for a long time, over 6 years. Arteta's brought us from that to being a normal contender of UEFA, from whichever numbers we were to number 2.
Okay.
Back to back. And if you want to know that you're a big team, Chelsea bottled. Sayo sijui wako wapi. No one is talking. Man City is bottling. Man United is, I don't know, number 17. Bedroom. No one is talking. But Arsenal is in number 2. And this is the threat. We have had injuries. We have had red cards.
Okay.
We have never played a full team in a month. And we are at number 2. What if we get a full team that is fully healthy?
Okay. Anyway, so thank you so much. Buddha, wewe ni staunch supporter
since 1998.
Inaitwaje? Kiwete FC. By the Arsenal unakonga Viwete FC, but that's fine. So anyway, thank you so much. I will tell you. I will tweet you. Thank you so much, James Ogola, for this very insightful discussion about cocoa. For those who are wondering what is cocoa, maswali mengi, I hope sahi washapata their answers from the man himself. So anyway, we thank you and wish you all the best, you and your Arsenali and whatever you support. Anyway, so up next, we are having yet again a very interesting discussion up next about the Kenyatta University Open Tournament. We are talking about hockey. So up next, it matters about hockey, and of course we'll be talking to a person well known to matters organizing hockey tournament within the university and fraternity. So this is a man with vast experience, with a lot of expertise and skills in that matter. So that particular discussion is coming to you after this short break.
Fashionistas, get ready to level up your style game. Tune in to Fashion Diaries every Monday at 8 p.m. with me, Ashley Assad. From Kia Hills to Snake Suits, we've got the trends that will make you shine. Don't be left out. Join us for a fashion-filled adventure.
They are powerful and influential. They make decisions in politics, education, finance, agriculture, health, sports, and all aspects of human life. But the impact of their decisions falls on you, the common citizen. KUTV Primetime News Thursday. We ask bold questions and pursue answers to the core to bring you closer to the story. We couldn't have it any other way. Join me, Auma, as I raise matters of social concern to raise your voice from the background to the foreground. Every Thursday and Saturday at 9 p.m. only on KUTV.
Get ready to embark on a journey into the exciting world of technology as we uncover the latest trends, interview top thought leaders, and dive deep into the world of tech like never before.
Currently, we are facing the challenge in terms of finance. It requires one to move from different counties because we really need a large data set for our model to be more accurate.
In this new and exciting series of the Technovation Show, join me, Yvonne Kimuma, every Monday 8:30 p.m. for a fun and thrilling experience as we explore the cutting-edge developments, meet visionaries driving change.
Somebody who is in the underground mine doesn't know the presence of those gases. So there are a lot of gases involved. There is methane, there is carbon monoxide, and there's also hydrogen sulfide. These gases actually, they are very dangerous and they're very toxic.
And discover the endless possibilities of the tech world.
Maelfu na maelfu ya wahamiaji wakiwa na watoto kutoka nchi za Amerika ya Kati wanaendelea kuwasili kwenye mpaka kati ya Marekani na Mexico.
But folks, I'm going. Thank you very, very much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Ni habari kutoka pembe zote duniani.
Pepopa si vuguvugu. Pepopa ni idea.
Tazidi ananyonya, hanyonyi vizuri, anakuwa hayuko comfortable.
Jeshi la Jamhuri ya Kidemokrasia ya Kongo linapambana na waasi wa ADF.
Kwa sasa wanatoa wito kwa mashirika, makampuni na vile vituo vya uchukuzi.
Mambo mengi yatakwenda kama yalivyopangwa.
Hapa ni kuna mmoja wa viongozi wa chama cha wavuvi katika eneo hili.
Zaidi tunajaribu kuwapa chanjo ili ina boost ama inanyanyua kinga ya mwili, hiyo inaenda kupelekea kupambana na virusi.
Ni dunia ni leo, Jumatatu mpaka Ijumaa, moja kwa moja kutoka VOA Swahili, Washington DC.
Right. Welcome now from Coco now to hockey, and of course I have a very amazing guest here with me just to take us through this very interesting discussion about Kenyatta University Open Tournament, and we are talking about matters to do with hockey. And of course let me introduce my guest pretty quick. Frederick Mahero, organizing committee KU Open Field Hockey. Well, asante sana for making time. Mimi nikisikia tu jina organizing committee najua after hapa una organize ka kitu.
Lazima na kitu.
Anyway, so tell us more about Frederick kwanza. Introduce yourself, nataka introduce vizuri, then you give us some insight about this open tournament, what does it entail, and of course some few insight about the tournament.
Okay. Maybe umeshasema Karani, that's my name. But not Frederick. Tell me to call me Mahero Karani. That's my name. I've been a captain for KU for the year 2023-2024. Right now, I'm the senior counsel for the team. Yeah. I'm of course among the organizing committee of the KU Hockey Open Tournament. But behind me, there's the team. The KU Vultures and the KU Titans. They're the people pushing me to make this a success. Because this is not only just about the tournament, but we are trying to revive the culture of the team that has been there for the years. But due to the COVID pandemic that was there in the
2020 kuna vitu mingi ziliweza kuhappen.
KUTV ndo unaweka message muhimu sana, so lazima ifike home.
Sasa
yes,
ni tunajaribu revive tu culture yenye ilikuwa kwa team. Actually nikiwa back then nikiwa high school. Maybe I forgot to mention I am an alumni of Butere Boys High School. Butere Boys High School.
Butere?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Maana yana amefurahi ni kama mko na route moja.
Maybe a great school Kakamega County. Yeah. That's when I fall in love with hockey. That's when 2016. Back then I used to play football, but sikuwa napata playing pale football ilikuwa ngumu, so nikakimbia hockey kidogo. And I fell in love with it, and up to now I always say it's my career.
All right.
Yeah, it's my career. Then academics kando,
academics so, kando hockey mbele
kidogo, yeah. Okay. Sports kidogo mbele, yeah. So just trying to revive the culture ilikuwa hapo before even joined campus. So our alumni have been crying, and we must do it.
Okay.
Because when you look at KU hockey is a great team in the hockey fraternity. Yeah, we are well known for producing good players to the national team, to the best clubs in the country. Yeah. So we must show some example and what we can offer.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now let's talk about this open tournament. So what does it entail? Why open tournament?
Okay, it comes a time when all the hockey activities are on closure. When you look at the Kenya Hockey Union, the league may start on the end of this month of March, beginning of March. The high school games may begin maybe early February. So it comes a time when all hockey activities are on closure. So we thought of getting a platform where teams can come and test their fitness and how far they are prepared for the coming season, and that's why we call it an open tournament.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Just to not to forget, it also we welcome all kind of teams from the national level, National League, Premier League, Super League, both teams, high school, campuses. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this open tournament is an open invite to all the teams.
Sure.
From the national league, that is the Kenya Hockey Federation League, the National League, that is the second tier league, and even the university leagues, and even the grassroots.
The grassroots Super League, high schools, Kenya Premier League. Yeah. Yeah.
So the drive behind this, because that is another question that mtu anaweza uliza. So what is the drive? What is your target? Una target nini at the end of this open tournament?
Actually, our core objective is enjoyment. Let people come and enjoy hockey. Yeah. Because actually in the country, the best madam field is known the KU.
Okay.
They study the virtues.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Are you sure?
Very sure, 100%. The best madam field in the country.
The best one?
Yeah.
And you can testify to that?
Sure.
Okay. Nimesikia pia umekuwa seconded. So so anyway, then about this open tournament, and of course we'll talk about now the future because we are within Kenyatta University. Then we'll talk about the future of Kenyatta University hockey team. But let's now talk. We have told us about the drive and of course the motivation behind this. And now for the teams that will be coming, what is it in for them in terms of after you have played, something to, as an organizing committee member, organizing my teams in the end?
Okay, at first kuna hiyo awarding, a legit one. Yeah, unlike other tournaments, we are trying to make sure that in the tournament every talent, every skill is awarded. Yeah, every team that shows something that is unique must be awarded. That's why I've tried as much as I can to pull sponsors from all the nation, so that they can come together. We award these talents and nurture hockey. Because when you check very well, hockey is not popular like football in Kenya, and that's why we are pulling like Kasviska from Uganda to come and offer best sticks for the players. Yeah, we are pulling performance hockey. They're on board with us, also offering quality sticks to the players, high schools, and we are also pulling Mexmed, the national limited, just to come and provide their services to the players. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just how big, ukianza mention my names, Tanzania, Uganda, so just how big is this, open tournament?
It's the big one because KU is known as the king of marams. Yeah. When someone hears about KU Titans, KU Vultures, baridi kidogo kwanza, mafikiria kwanza, baridi anaanza kuingia. Yeah. So people are willing, and I'm sure they must be happy and they must be eager to come and see where do these men and women come from. Yeah. They must visit the study of the Vultures. Yeah. Yeah.
And even the location of the field itself is very interesting, because talking about the Vultures,
the kunguru.
They'll be watching.
Yeah, they'll be watching.
And they'll be guiding.
Yeah, they'll be guiding and they'll be cheering.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, now let's talk about now the future of hockey, especially now. Let's talk about the university leagues, and in particular we have now the KU teams. Well, give us some, from insiders' point of view, from your own analysis, where do you see the team, and of course what are some of the mechanisms in place to make sure that from today and of course the coming season, that the level of hockey will keep on improving? Is there some plans that you have already put in place as the institution and of course the organizing committee in regard to this open tournament? What some of the opportunities will it open now for the teams, especially the university teams going forward?
Okay, at the moment, the KU Vultures seems to be at the Kenya Hockey Union Super League, but the KU Titans are playing the Kenya Premier League. So one of the objectives of the team in the near future for the Vultures is playing the Premier League, the Kenya Hockey Union Premier League. Yeah, which the KU Vultures used to play the Premier League, but they were dropped back in 2019. Yeah, they were relegated back to the Super League. So it's one of the goals of the team, which I believe will be achieved through our coach, with Mr. Richard Wandera. Yeah, who's optimistic, and we're sure we're going to get there. For us to achieve that, we have an academy called the KU Parklands. Yeah, it's a team for nurturing the young talents, especially for the first years and the second years who are coming to join the team. So it's a platform where we give them a chance so that they can get a playing time and show that they can deliver, and nurturing them as they transit to the senior team. Yeah. For the KU Titans, they are already in the Premier League. Their goal now, they are fighting at least to get a chance to participate in the Africa Club Champs. Yeah. So they're also pushing, and I'm sure we are getting there. So for us, for the tournament, it gives us a platform to sell out there that we do exist to the high schools, and because we have a junior category in the tournament, so that we can also be able to scout younger talents from the high schools for the future, to build a stronger team, and so that we can be able to manage and achieve our goals. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. And even as we come close to this winding up this particular interview, well, this is an open tournament, right? And as the date progress one by one, you keep tab of teams that have already shown participation, already teams that have shown interest to participate. And so what message would you like to send out there, because this is an open tournament? And maybe by the estimation of your budget, do you expect more teams?
Yeah, I'll start with the expectation of the numbers. I do believe we shall have enough numbers. The turn-up will be that huge. Yeah, we actually think about the third and the fourth field. Yeah, so that we can have all the teams getting enough time to play and enjoy the sport. Yeah, actually we're expecting, let me say, 24 men teams, more than 24 men teams, more than 16 ladies teams. Yeah, coming on board and enjoying the tournament. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Now to your closing remark, Now this is where you get to, just speak out your mind. And of course, for those who are watching you for the first time and they want to be part of this very amazing tournament, the Open Tournament, and even in future, for students who are within Kenyatta University, students of Kenyatta University, and they want to join hockey team, give them some insight, where to find you and how they can actually take part in this Open Tournament.
For the Open Tournament, we're still open. We still have, for ladies, we still have like 10 slots. For men teams, we have like 5 to 6 slots for the tournament. So I'm appealing to any team willing to join the tournament, to join, and let's come and have fun. We are promising a good experience and a good environment for everyone to enjoy the sport for the weekend, get relaxed, and also it's a tournament that we're talking about community engagement and social interaction. It's also a tournament that is going to give teams a chance to, it comes a time when the KHU transfer window is open. Actually it will be closing that weekend after the tournament. So it's also a chance for other teams to come and scout new players, talented skills that they can join their teams and help them to prosper for the next goals.
Okay, so there is a question here. Someone called by, I think, Mercy Chebet. She's asking, for this Open Tournament, the charges, is there any age limit in terms of category, and how many players are required per team?
For the charges, for one team it's 5,000, for 2 teams it's 8,000, for 3 teams it's 12,000. So the more the teams you register as a club or as a department or as an institution, you get a discount, just to help to cut the costs and encourage more people to come on board and enjoy the sport. There's no age limit. It is an open sport for everyone. We used to say how fat you are, how thin you are, how fit you are, how unfit you are. Just come on board. Let's play hockey and let's enjoy. Let's have fun.
Okay. And for those who are listening, we are listening at you for right now. What is your message, even as we wind up? Even you invite them and give them some insight, and of course anything that you want to tell them. There's your camera. Now talk to them.
Okay. Maybe for hockey is not a popular game actually in the country, but I may like to invite all persons. If you do play football, you do play handball, you do love any sport, you are a sportsman, it's just come on board, come and watch the game. If you're willing to join us and join the team, you can find us on IG, Kenyatta University Hockey Men, or Kenyatta University Titans. For easy access, you can text us and And for the tournament, we are very ready to host all the guests who are willing to join on board. We are open to any sponsorships and partnerships that will enable to foster community integration and sustainability. That's why we're inviting sponsors like Kasviska, Performance Hockey, Mixed International Limited. We have Off-Pitch on Africa on board. We have Waste TV on board. And for the tournament, we'll have entertainers, of course. We shall have MC on board. Shakers will be on board. So I'm just taking them all along so that we can come home and have fun, and of course enjoy the day.
All right. Well, we have. Let me just read a few comments hapa. Mafans wanakuwatch, wanakusikiza, message ina sync vizuri, and we have a comment from that is Top in Africa, of course. KU Open Tournament, it only gets better when we come together. And I could try to book this one way. Book your ticket today, then of course the date will be 25th to 26th of January. And another, that is Becha Philip, says Mahero, Heko Mahero. That's your boy.
Yeah, sure.
And then Sama ako sawa na swali. Anyway, so this is how it's happening. And of course another comment here, this is majority inaonekana mafans wako ni madem sana. This is another this is Jacqueline. The Jacqueline anasema like the show is lit, and good conversation. Heko, hongera. That is what she's saying. Then we have, this is Mbeira. Mbeira says that she can't wait for that open tournament. And atakuja na bag of goodies. Plus, don't forget, kuna a lot of entertainment hapo. Umeambiwa like the big names will be there. So, come all, tag along. Kuja hata na mpoa wako.
Sure.
Have fun. Hockey is quite amazing. And of course, it's one of the most amazing games, even just like one of our viewers is saying. And of course, anasema like ambia Mr. Organizing Committee to organize some drinks. Anyway, umesikia hiyo?
Umesikia kutakuwa na juice. Kutakuwa na juice.
So invite our artists officially.
Sasa officially is Karani. Na inviting you wote kuja to have fun. We are promising an entertaining moment and a fully organized tournament like none that has happened in Nairobi region, because we are promising to bring on board as many sponsors and partnerships that we can, so that we can nurture talent, the upcoming talent, and also help more teams to get new players and talented players from the grassroots leagues, high schools. Sure.
All right. So drinks ziko?
Juice kuna juice. Kuna juice kwa wingi. Juice na maji.
By the way, ni swali niliulizwa. So juice na maji kwa wingi. Na entertainment kibao.
Msiwa mwingine atakuwa.
Lini?
25th, 26th.
See you there. Okay. Anyway, so this is how we actually wind it up in style. Remember, that is a very passionate call, and of course you're invited because this is our open tournament, and it's going to be very lit. A lot of fun, enjoyment, and playing hockey here and there, bonding. Mr. Organizing Committee himself will be there. Drinks zitakuwa kwa watu wenye watakunywa maji. Maji iko kwa wingi, msiogope. Mkuje have fun. Nasikia kuna pia kunguru, lakini sasa ndo vultures sasa hiyo siku. They'll be watching, they'll be guiding, they'll be protecting. So for any team, kama wewe ni team vulture, maybe victory itakuwa kwenyu, because mko na one of the most amazing fields. Nimeambiwa leo, nimelearn that one today by the way. And see you there. So that's how we wind it up. Many thanks for the men and women behind the scene when you made this production a success, and of course for you, our esteemed viewers, for keeping us a company, for keeping us on toes, on tabs, and making sure that everything is in order. Your questions, I hope to me answer. For those wenye bado hatuja tackle, we hope the conversation continues even after this show. Tupatane pale social medias. You can talk to us on KUTV_Kenya, that is on X. You can talk to us on Facebook at KUTV Kenya. You can talk to us, you can communicate to us on YouTube at KUTV Kenya, and we'll be sure to sample all of your feedback. Until next time, do have a lovely weekend, and don't forget, the best team is always blue, Chelsea. Till then, bye-bye for now.